Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel, and I'm so excited because today we're going to share something super personal and how we got out of $100,000 in debt as a hairstylist. And it wasn't easy. It was actually one of the hardest things that we've ever done, but it was also one of the most rewarding. Now, let's rewind to 2020, which, not gonna lie, PTSD, everyone, 2020. Well, Brad and I got married and we were doing pretty well financially, or so we thought. Brad had a great W-2 job, just got a raise, and I finally moved to Oklahoma and was finally starting to make some really good money behind the chair. But as embarrassing as it is we were trying to keep up with the Joneses and live a lifestyle that we couldn't afford. Before we knew it, we had accumulated 6 figures of debt. And don't judge, because this didn't happen overnight. It literally creeped up on us. And it was $100,000 in credit cards, car loans, personal loans, and that wasn't even including our mortgage. It was a huge, huge burden on us, and we didn't have a full grasp on it until everything changed when we lost our jobs. COVID hit. Just like many of you, we saw our income plummet. I lost clients. Brad was let go and living off unemployment. And suddenly we realized we were living client to client and paycheck to paycheck, and it was staring at us right in front of our faces. But here's the thing, we really got caught up in trying to keep up with the Joneses. As embarrassing as that sounds, we were dining out every night, which we love to try the latest restaurants. We were going on the super expensive trips, and we were buying things we couldn't afford. We felt like money was coming in every day so we could spend it every day. And before we knew it, we had accumulated 6 figures of debt, over $100,000 in credit cards, car loans, personal loans, and that doesn't even count our mortgage. Terrifying, right? It doesn't happen overnight. It slowly creeps up on you. Trust me. But it wasn't until COVID hit that we fully grasped where we were. Just like many of you, we saw our income plummet. I lost clients. I didn't understand when we were going to be able to come back into the salon, when I could make an income again. Brad lost his job. We were living off of his unemployment, and we realized how bad of a situation that we were in and really living client to client or paycheck to paycheck, and we couldn't afford our lives. We realized that we couldn't live in this constant state of financial stress, this fight or flight, the survival mode. It was so miserable, and we were barely able to make our minimum debt payments, which is not ideal for anyone. The weight of that debt became a really big strain, not on just our finances, but our marriage. We had some really tough moments, but the fear of not being able to pay our bills, the anxiety of watching our debt grow while our income shrank was really overwhelming. I know everyone felt that during COVID, and it was so miserable, and we knew we needed to make some changes, and we made some really big changes. It was a big wake-up call for us. We just couldn't live like that anymore. We really didn't want our lives to be so stressed and so fight or flight mode. We decided right then and there that we were going to get out of debt no matter what it took. We decided we wanted to make a plan. We're going to show you this, and don't judge us, but we wrote out every single debt on our whiteboard from the smallest to the largest and set a goal of 18 months to pay off $100,000 in debt. You're going to say, oh my gosh, you're crazy. We set dates next to each debt when it would be gone. And every time we paid it off, we went to go strike it out on the board. It felt so satisfying, so rewarding. You have no idea that feeling. Okay, I know this sounds really crazy, but let's create a plan together. The biggest thing, the anxiety that I felt when I had no idea or any control over my finances is when I didn't want to look at it. And this is the first step in looking at it and creating that relationship with it. So let's create a plan together, and I'll show you an example to make sure that you feel comfortable in getting out of debt. So let's go ahead and write some examples together. So some people have the car payments. So let's go ahead and make your car payment. Let's say you owe only $4,000 left. Amazing. So car payment. Then you're gonna put your chase. Let's say you owe $8,500 on your chase, okay? Then you have a Visa. No one's judging you. This is for your own good. You need to write everything down that you owe. Your Visa, let's say That one crept up on you. You owe $9,000 now. And maybe you owe mom and dad some money. I'm gonna put them last because hopefully they didn't charge you interest, okay? Let's say you owe them only $3,000, okay? Let's go ahead and make sure that you have a date of when you wanna pay everything off. So that's up to you. That's really deciding how much you're willing to put and sacrifice, but write everything down where you can see it and really change it after every payment. You're gonna make $500 payment to your car loan, so you're gonna scratch it off and only owe $3,500. Keep tallying. You're gonna feel so powerful and so invigorated every time you lower a payment and scratch a car payment off or scratch a payment off. You're gonna feel so empowered and so in control of your finances that it's gonna be the biggest game changer for yourself. This is really important too. You really have to reward yourself in the small victories. You have to reward yourself and celebrate the small milestones. Brad and I, we would get a very cheap bottle of champagne and have that whenever we would pay off one thing. Or maybe treat yourself to a happy hour, very cheap spot, okay? Don't go overboard and don't go crazy and treat yourself to a nice steak dinner. You can do that too, but that's gonna put you behind on your goals, okay? Try to do something reasonable with celebrations. Now that you have a plan, I'm gonna be 100% real with you. This was not easy. It's not gonna be easy. We had to sacrifice a lot. No more fancy trips, no more fancy dinners, no more buying things we didn't need. We even lost friends because we weren't willing to go to those nice fancy steak dinners anymore on a Tuesday night. But it was all worth it. At first, it was really tough. We were used to living in luxury, and suddenly we had to cut back on some things. But as we started to see the debts disappear one by one, something truly amazing and magical happened. The process became addictive. Seeing the numbers go down each week on that whiteboard was incredibly rewarding. It gave us the motivation to keep going, even though it was kind of challenging. And after 18 months of hard work, sacrifice, and consistency and discipline, we did it. We paid every single debt off. The stress and the weight that came off of our shoulders was so empowering. It was one of the best feelings in the entire world, knowing that we were no longer chained to our debt. And with that, freedom came something even more powerful. We were able to have the ability to start building true wealth. We had to really change our mindset. We never ever wanted to get back into debt. So with our debt being gone, shifted our focus to building an emergency fund and investing in our future. We wanted to create that passive income everyone talks about, so we wouldn't have to work paycheck to paycheck anymore or client to client anymore. Our Amazon shifted and we weren't buying clothes anymore. We were buying every financial book that we could get our hands on. We learned about investing, created a plan to build that passive income that we really strive for. And guess what? Fast forward to today, 2024, we are still debt free and making $7,500 a month in passive income. All the stress and the sacrifices and those tough moments when we had to tell people no, that we couldn't do certain things, they were all worth it. We are in control of our finances and our future and our freedom, and we live life on our terms. Honestly, I know this journey might sound impossible, especially if you were where we were, drowning in debt, credit cards, living client to client, living paycheck to paycheck, and unsure of how to get out of anything. But trust me, if we can do it, you can too. Start by getting a plan together. Put down all of your debts, make a plan, and get serious about your goals. It will not be easy. You're going to have to try to change some things because you don't want to be in the same place next year. This will not be easy, but I promise you, it will be worth it. And I'm here to help you take those first steps. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for watching this, and I hope this story helps you feel inspired to take control of your finances and start down your own debt-free journey. Don't forget to watch this video and subscribe for more tips on building wealth and financial freedom as a hairstylist. If you are ready to take control of your finances, book a call with me today and let's create a plan for your future. You've been there, buried in debt and feeling hopeless. I want you to know that there's a way out. You've got this, I promise.